And we're live. All right. So, what's going on, gaming addicts? Welcome back to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast, a show all about gaming and other related news to give you that fix to ease your gaming itch. This is episode number 34, and today is February 27th, 2022. I'm your host, Trey Turpin, and today we have a man returning to make his 2022 debut, my brother Shane Turpin. How have you been, bro? It's been a
Uh,
minute since you've been on the show, of
yes,
course.
yes, it has. It's been a while, man. I'm glad to be back doing this thing we love to do so much, man, and talk to the listeners and give everybody our outlook and takes on this video gaming industry. It's been a lot of major news going on here lately, so I'm ready to get to it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, we have a great show for you guys today. In this episode, we're going to discuss the slew of games that came out this month, and one of them being Game of the Year worthy. Call of Duty officially staying multiplat and possibly skipping 2023. Sony buys Bungie and wants more games as a service games or live service games. And lastly, EA blaming Halo for the poor performance of Battlefield 2042. All right. So before we go ahead and get started, if you would like to help support the show, go ahead and subscribe to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date when new videos drop. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. For our audio listeners, make sure to subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to stay up to date for new episodes. Also, rate and leave a review, which would help the show out tremendously. And of course, on behalf of The Gap, a big thanks to everyone for showing love and support. All right. So definitely we got a good episode for you guys. I know it's been like we pretty much missed the whole month of February. So we're going to try to cover like pretty much, we're not going to be able to cover all the news that came out, unfortunately, but definitely we got some good topics, I think, so that I wanted to discuss. So it's definitely going to be a great episode full of content for you guys. All right. But of course, you already know the first thing that we always do before we get started is, let you guys know what we've been playing. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it to Shane since he hasn't been on. This is his first time this year on the podcast, the video format at that. Go ahead and take it away, bro. What you been up to?
Oh man, I'm glad to be finally doing this video thing, man. I know last year we kind of manifested it. We talked and talked and talked, and for you all who's been out there listening to us for a while, we've been promising y'all to bring y'all this video content as well as also we still have the audio on all platforms. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that real quick, but as far as what I've been playing, man, I'm not even going to stunt, man. I've had a rough start to this year. And mostly, man, I just been playing the go-tos, man. The Halos, the mostly me and my girl been dibbling dabbling in that Takes Two, even though I know I've owned it for so long now. we
Yeah,
should
yeah,
we should
yeah.
have been beat it, but that's a game that I definitely you like to enjoy and play with someone. You know what I mean? So me and her started it. So like I told you, I wanted to get you on it just to check it out, but I told her that me and her was gonna finish it together. So we've been doing that. And of course, one of my go-to play by yourself games is Rocket League, man. I know it's you know,
Nah, Rocket League legit.
yeah. Like not a lot of people, speak of Rocket League that often, but it's definitely a hit in my eyes. You know what I mean? So that's all I pretty much been up to, man. I've been looking at a lot of games I want to buy. We're gonna talk about a couple of them here today. But the wallet's been a little strapped, so I've been holding off to a couple deals. But like we talked earlier, it's a couple deals going on, so I might actually be purchasing a couple things today. But that's what I've been playing. So what you been playing, knowing that you got all three consoles and a computer?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're a multi-console family around here. So
Right.
nothing, man. I just been I finally beat that Horizon Zero Dawn just in preparations for Horizon Forbidden West. I was going to purchase Forbidden West, but I think I'm gonna just hold off just a little bit from stuff that I've heard. Like they said, it plays pretty much just like the first one, which the first one was a good game, but I did get burnt out on it just a little bit towards the end there.
Right.
So I had to like push myself to actually complete it. But I'm like, okay, and plus that $70 price tag, woo, it kind of, the cheap gamer in me is like, okay, I can hold off. It's not like that game is going anywhere or anything like that, but everyone is hyped about it, been playing it, and it's just making me want to just go ahead and bite the bullet and just go ahead and purchase it. But I completed that, and I've been playing a lot of that Dying Light 2. Excuse me. That Dying Light 2, I've been waiting on that game since they first revealed it. I've mentioned it a lot on the podcast. Since they showed like that demo of like, actual gameplay of the game, I fell in love instantly and was like, man, just let me know when it's dropping so I can go ahead and buy it. A couple delays later, it's finally here. Really enjoying it, taking my time with it. Actually, like I just really enjoy that game and the side missions and doing every little thing. And I'm also progressing in the story, so I would definitely, I would recommend that game to anyone. Plus there's not a lot of zombie games out like there used to be back like 10 years ago. I remember zombie games was everywhere. So this is definitely, my like, it's either Resident Evil or this style of game. I also like Dead Rising as well, but definitely Resident Evil is the top zombie game for me. I've been playing that. I also did dabble a little bit in my wife and we've played that It Takes Two. I got her on there. She actually enjoyed it. We played like the first level or two. Like it's definitely, I see why it won Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Is we're enjoying it so far, but we haven't touched it since then. My wife isn't the biggest gamer, but if I could find some more time to play with her, we're definitely going to continue that story. So it's funny that you mentioned that as well, because it's definitely a good game.
Great game. Great game.
Yep. But yeah, man. That's all I've been doing. Was there anything else before we go ahead and move on to the next thing for the listeners? Go ahead and get this show. It's going to be a little lengthy, probably not, but it's going to be great content. So definitely stay tuned.
Hey man, let's get to the news, man.
Yes, sir. That's what I like to hear. All right. So let's see here. All right. So you already know the first thing that we're going to go ahead and talk about. It's this month of February, man. This month of February was huge for the gaming industry. Like, I'm telling you, like this, we already knew like a couple months ago, like all the release dates just kept stacking up in February, where it was like boom, boom, boom. And I think only one game left this packed. I think it was supposed to come out in January, which was Saints Row. But yeah, that like definitely left, and that was the only one delayed. I'm surprised none of these other games went ahead and had the courage to be like, yeah, we just gonna go ahead and release in April or May or something like that, where it's not too crowded. But man, and then not only that, the latest game that came out this month was Game of the Year worthy. So we're definitely going to talk about that. But I'm gonna go ahead and run down the list of it's not every game, but the majority of the games that actually came out this month. I got Pokemon Legends on there. That was like the tail end of January. That came out. People loved it. It was they really enjoyed it, and they love like the open worldness of it and everything like that. So I definitely got my eye on that. Dying Light 2 came out. Like I said, I got that, enjoying that. Seafood came out. Now that's a game I got my eye on that. I'm definitely probably going to make that purchase here soon. It definitely looks like my type of game. And then stealthily, like nobody knew. We knew it was coming early 2022, but we didn't know it was going to be in the middle of the month competing with these games for attention. But that Cyberpunk 2077 had their next gen update. So they went ahead and dropped that like a little bit before Horizon Forbidden West dropped. Also, I got Dying Light on here twice. Wow. Also, we got that Horizon Forbidden West as well. And then the one that everybody's talking about. Everyone is purchasing. They're either regretting it or they're saying this game is amazing, is that Elden Ring. Like we all knew it was going to review well, but it so far right now, as of this recording, and it looks like it's not moving anywhere. It's at a 97 Metacritic score. So Shane, man, what do you think of this lineup of February, man?
Man, it's actually been a great month, man. It's actually several games I've been keeping my eye on as well. I almost bought that Elden Ring, man, on the day release.
Yeah.
Also that Dying Light 2. I know you've been playing it, and I was real intrigued and interested in that too. I've been waiting to hear back from you, honestly, before I broke the wallet on that one.
Mm-hmm.
The Cyberpunk, man, like you said, I also told you it's a little sale on that today,
Oh yeah,
or
yeah, yeah. Go ahead and get
here
it.
this
Go ahead
here
and
this
get it,
week,
man.
man. And I was thinking about grabbing it, man. I've been hearing a lot of great things about the update and whatnot. I don't I don't know if I can honestly say, it can make up for what the horrible launch it had or whatnot. But everybody's saying it's if you're gonna play it, now's the time to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely want to get my hands on it, especially for right now. I think it's $30 from the Xbox store or whatever for the digital
Yeah, yeah,
version or
yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
So I might end up grabbing it, man. But we'll have to see, man. Like I said, Elder Ring's been catching my eye too, man. I haven't played any those games from them, but for some reason I've been watching a lot of footage on that Elder Ring, and like I said, man, I was almost close. Like I had even made sure I had the funds set aside and everything. I was almost about to buy it. I was like, man, it just drops tonight. Let me be patient and wait and see if it's really a commitment I want to make. Because I hate to buy a game and then you start playing it. You like, I don't know if this is for me, man. And then there's 60, $70 down the drain. That that's a lot of money just be throwing away on one game and not to play and beat it and invest time into it. So but also, man, hopefully my P5 will be coming soon, man, because the Horizon, I've heard a lot of ups and downs about it, you know what I mean? But I've heard good and bad. So of course that's definitely one I suggest people check into, because the first one was great from what everyone said. And but yeah, I think it's a great lineup that dropped. It's gonna be for February. It's not too bad, man. Especially you know, things aren't looking too great, this first quarter or so for the whole Xbox gamers. But PlayStation's definitely got a few in the lineup. But as far as Xbox, it's looking kind of dry. So
Okay. Yes. Definitely. I mean, everyone on my timeline on Twitter, they're really enjoying Forbidden West. So, like I said, every time I get on there, I want to go ahead and bite the bullet and just go ahead and purchase it myself. But I just know myself, and from what I heard, like I was saying, like the game is great from what I'm hearing, but I have heard from like multiple sources or other podcasts that I listen to, they say like at least the first 10 hours is pretty much like you're playing the first game. And I'm like,
wow,
dang, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of like discouraged me just a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
right?
And I'm like, I just completed this one and it felt kind of like a chore there at the end. So it's like, let me just, take some time,
Like a
dive
little
into this
break.
other game. Yeah, exactly. So, okay. But that, what other games was it? Well, not that one. But oh yeah, the Cyberpunk, when you mentioned that though, yeah, it definitely they kind of hurt themselves when they released the game quite early or what have you. They
In that bad of a state that they released it
yeah,
in.
yeah. Um like I feel like this is how the game should have launched. Like they were saying, like the next gen update, like it really is nothing to brag about. It's just that it really just fixes a bunch of the glitchiness and the bugs and things like that, and hence enhances the visuals just a little bit. So it's definitely like they said, if you're going to play it now, this would be the best time to play it. But I know people who played it, before the update, and they enjoyed it or what have you. So I know I'm gonna jump in it for the first time. I went ahead and purchased it. It was like $10 during Black Friday. Went ahead and went to GameStop and purchased that just to add it to my little collection that I got behind me of physical games, because I was only digital for the longest, and now I'm starting to like actually see the little light that physical people been saying about. Yeah, you need to go physical. You really don't own your games unless you physically got it.
So
So
true though. But it's
yeah,
just man, the only reason I went and started switching over to digital is just the convenience. That I mean, that's really it, man.
really is.
And the fact that when your game drops at 12, you've already pretty much got it downloaded and you start playing to whereas physical, you gotta go wait in line or order it from somewhere and wait for it to show up at your door, you know. I mean, in all reality, physical probably is the way to go. But
Yeah,
just
yeah,
just nowadays the convenience. I mean, that's really the only reason this made me make the switch to digital because really sometimes I get upset about digital games. I swear there's a couple games that Xbox owes me that I paid for back in the day that I don't have on my account to this day. And it says I don't owe them.
yep.
So we
Yeah,
talked about
yeah.
that the other
Same
day.
here.
So
Same here. It's like one, I think it was like Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. It was like DLC for Far Cry 3. I purchased that and I remember playing it. And then I go in here and try to play it here recently, or just to see if I have it. It's not populating in my library. So I know I'm not tripping, or maybe I was, or maybe I purchased it on a different account and I just don't know it. But yeah, definitely, man. So I do start, like, it's definitely a big thing if you do buy digitally. Don't be like me, but definitely save all your digital receipts because that's going to be your only proof.
for
Not
sure, for
not trying to scare
sure.
anybody, because I trust me, I prefer digital. But physically, I'm just like, yeah, I'm starting to see, because I'm the type of guy that buy a game digitally, and I'm like hoping that, like, yeah, I could probably find it at the bargain bin for $5 and add it to my collection physically that way. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but yeah, man. Anything else? Oh no, I'm about to skip the whole main reason, that Elden Ring. So with you saying you about to purchase it, like I want to purchase it. I was talking with TA. TA was talking about getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody went ahead and purchased this game just because of all the reviews it was getting, the praise it was getting, and
The hype
man,
was real.
the hype is real, and it's just very decisive, man. A lot of people are like, yeah, I love that everyone's hype, but they know it's not their type of game. You know what I'm saying? Because these games are brutal. This game is very brutal, to the fact that, like, you know, people are like playing it and they're just getting mad at the game and like just uninstalling it or wanting their refund and stuff like that, just because
Really.
it's a Dark Souls type of game. You know what I'm saying? It's created by From Software. They don't make easy games. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if it's like Bloodborne or Dark Souls inspired. Um, but they've always come out critically. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves those games. I think the last game that they released won Game of the Year in 2019, which is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
I purchased that recently. Like, it was just on sale, and you could never find it cheaper than $30 on sale, and it's been out for like going on 3 years now. So that's how you know it's a good game. You don't see the
Fact.
14.99 price tag or anything like that.
Mm.
But like, man, this game, like, I really want to dive into this, but I just know I'm still like a noob to these type of games. Like, I've played a little bit of Dark Souls, the first one, just to get my feet wet years ago, and I see why people like it. It's definitely a challenge, it's something different. And me, as a gamer, I would say a veteran gamer, like, that's what I look for, is these new experiences. And From Software games offer that new experience for me, you know. And then I have that Bloodborne for PlayStation 4. I played that recently, and like, I'm still in the very beginning. I haven't touched it because I kept dying and dying and I couldn't get further. So then here recently I got back on it, and boom, like, I finally got further and I'm starting to feel good. I fought this first boss. I don't know if he's a boss because every enemy is hard, you know what I'm saying? But I fought this big enemy, and man, like, as soon as I beat him on the first try, thankfully, because I know I've played like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and stuff, where, I got my patience, where I attack and then dodge, 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 attack. You know, I got a little bit experience, but I'm nowhere like where these other guys are when it comes to these games. What about you, Shane?
Yeah, man, I'm in the same boat. Like I said, the only thing that deterred me is just the difficulty that everyone said. But I'm up for a challenge, man. And I mean, it's definitely my type of game in a sense. As far as the visuals and the whole aspect of the game, and you know, like it's definitely my type of game. Like I can see myself playing it, but I just was a little discouraged doing maybe it being a little too hard. I mean, I like a little difficulty, but sometimes some games do get you a little upset to where you know I'm not gonna say I have, but you know, it makes
Yeah.
you feel like you want to throw the controller, or you know, I've gotten mad and quit playing the game for a couple months. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
that game get on
same.
my nerve. But then you come back to it and you play it again and you get past that part. I mean, that's what game is all about, man. So I mean, it definitely had me really intrigued. You know what I mean? And so like I said, I almost purchased it on the day it came out, man. Definitely, definitely. And that was without really seeing any reviews at all, mostly. That was
Mhm.
just off of word of mouth and what little gameplay I had seen. So
Yeah. I would definitely, I mean, if you're very intrigued, I would get it. But for me, I'm always the one that's going to tell you, like, play like Sekiro, or go ahead and play like not Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3 or one of the older games, just because you're going to get the same exact, even though I know they said this Elden Ring pushed the envelope when it comes to open world games. They were
right,
saying like, there's no like checklist of quests or side missions or anything like that. The map doesn't have all these markers letting you know that there's a mission over here or there's a cave over here that you need to go do or anything like that. And they even said throughout the world, like their games don't tell you where to go or what to do. You just pretty much figure it out on your own. So
right,
a lot of people are really like, they're thinking that pushed the envelope when it comes to open world gaming, and they're comparing it to like games like Zelda Breath of the Wild that pushed the envelope of you can literally touch everything that you see type deal.
right,
So I think that's a pretty nifty thing, because when I do see a lot of markers on my map and everything like that of things that I haven't completed, it just gets overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, I'm feeling that way with Dying Light 2 right now. Like I'm in an area and I know there's another area that I'm gonna unlock later on, and I feel like the story is getting closer to me going to that area, but there's a lot of stuff that I haven't done in this little area yet. So I'm like trying to complete that before I move
before
on
you
with the
move on,
story.
right,
Yeah.
right,
So yeah, I think that's definitely, I think if that's something that gamers like and it's revolutionary, I'm down with it, because I really feel like, you only play what you find, or you only play what you invest your time in. So
right, right.
I think it's a cool thing. But definitely, but yeah, man. So this is the highest rated game of the year, and it came out in February. That's crazy. And we still got
Whew.
Starfield and potentially God of War Ragnarok to come.
It's
Like,
gonna be a good
man,
year, man.
yeah, yeah. So
Good year for gamers, for real.
that 97, I think the last game that got a 97, I mean, I could be wrong, but I remember Red Dead Redemption 2 got a 97 on Metacritic, and that lost to a game that was like a 87 or 88 or 89, high 80s, and it was God of War 2018. So God of War beat that. So it doesn't mean that just because this game rated high means it's going to win Game of the Year, just to let you know. But it's looking like it from, I mean, their previous track record. Their last game, Sekiro, won 2019 Game of the Year award. So this one might do the same thing. And it's funny that it came out early. So people going to get it when it goes on sale this holiday and give it a try. And
Oh
a lot of
yeah,
people are going to be playing it if they haven't played it already.
definitely.
Yeah. But okay, man, just wanted to go ahead and cover that with the stack of games that came out this February. And we might already be playing the game of the year of 2022, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic here. All right. So the next topic we're going to go ahead and talk about is going to be Call of Duty, and pretty much Microsoft saying that it's going to stay multiplat. Let me bring up the article here for you guys. All right. Go ahead and pull it up. All right, there you go. Hopefully you guys can read it there. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, so this is an article off The Verge. So pretty much it's saying, I'm gonna go ahead and read. I highlighted some stuff for you guys. It says that, well, before I read it, don't want y'all to read it without me. um, Pretty much I'm bringing this up because we all been speculating, Microsoft purchased act or is trying to purchase Activision, and people were speculating, oh, Call of Duty, is going to be Xbox exclusive, or the only like the next 2 years of Call of Duty games are going to be multiplat, but then after that Xbox is going to make them exclusive. But here they pretty much, I would say 90% let us know that they continue and they express that they're going to keep it multi-plat, not just Call of Duty, but the other Activision Blizzard big games. But here's what the article has to say. It says Microsoft President Brad Smith, he revealed yesterday that Microsoft will continue to make Call of Duty and other popular Activision titles available on PlayStation through the term of any existing agreement with Activision. Quotes, and we have committed to Sony that we will also make them available on PlayStation beyond the existing agreement and into the future so that Sony fans can continue to enjoy the games they love, Smith says. All right. And then also it says that if it wasn't clear enough, Smith revealed Microsoft's emerging game strategy in an interview with CNBC. Great titles like Call of Duty from Activision Blizzard will continue to be available on the PlayStation, Smith explains, and that we'd like to bring it to Nintendo devices. We would like to bring the other popular titles that Activision Blizzard has and ensure they continue to be available on PlayStation and that they become available on Nintendo. So they want Call of Duty and all those games to be everywhere. All right. And then I believe that's it. That's all I got there. So that's just pretty much the gist of, Microsoft, just letting us know, like letting the gamers know, like, hey, our intentions are that, we're going to leave Call of Duty and other major Activision Blizzard games multi-plat. We don't want to cut any existing gaming communities or anything. So I think that's good news. That's something that, people has already speculated, but people just wanted to go ahead and assume like, hey, Bethesda games are going to be exclusive. They're going to make Call of Duty exclusive too. So what do you think about this shit?
Yeah, I mean, you can't say people weren't worried, man. People were definitely worried for sure. It was all over Twitter and everything, man. People were worried. And there for a while, the big topic was, is Call of Duty going to be a multi-plat or is it going to be exclusive for just Xbox? What are they going to do? Like, I mean, people talked about that for weeks. Like, but in my opinion, man, I think it's a good thing, man. I mean, either way, it doesn't bother me. I do play Call of Duty. I'm not like a diehard, but I do play Call of Duty. The fact that it's not going to be one, what is it, to 2023? I think that's also a good thing too, right?
Oh no! They plan on skipping 2023.
Oh, they plan on skipping.
We'll talk about that.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, but as far as what I mean, I think it's a weird that it's going to stay multi-plat. Like at the end of the day, it just bringing more gamers together. I don't really understand this whole console and divide. I mean, don't get me wrong. I may support one system more than the other, or I play mostly on one system more than the other, only because I can't afford all of them currently, like everyone. But I mean, if I would definitely spend money on a PlayStation 5 if I had it and play it. Like it doesn't matter to me as long as we're playing. Let's play. Like I mean, and Call of Duty is just one of those kind of games that the more people we have, the merrier. I mean, the more people that's in the lobbies, the more people that's playing, the better, And as long as we can play, no matter if you're playing on PC or console, hey, let's suit up and boot up. I'm willing to play you, So I think it's a plus, It just strengthens us as gamers, just for one, like, making it more readily available for everyone to play. Plus, I mean, do they just really want to cut that money off like that? Do they really want to just be like Xbox only, after they just spent all that money? Like, no, they want to recoup some of that money back. So I mean,
I mean, they probably looked and saw like, hey, Call of Duty makes this much every year. and it probably sells more on the PlayStation currently. Not
Right.
saying that if it did go
Of
exclusive that,
course.
they'll see a
Then
spike increase,
right, it
but
would, but it wouldn't be what it is already.
mhm,
So I mean, I expect them to make the right choice, and they did. So
especially, and then all you really need is the number one thing that everybody talks about, just having it day one on Game Pass.
exactly, that's
That's
what's going to
all they
draw
need.
people to Game Pass. So
And
I
people are
mean,
still going to buy the game too. Like I
facts.
know there's this I follow plenty of people on Twitter that they just all they do is just show their physical games. They love physical games. Don't matter if it's on Game Pass or not. You know what I'm saying? And it's a win for Xbox day one on Game Pass, or you're gonna buy it on PlayStation, buy it on Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Get it on PC if you don't want to use PC Game Pass. So yeah, I agree. So, but that also comes they also, not only did they say that it's multiplat, there's also been speculations or rumors, nothing officially yet, of them saying that Call of Duty will definitely or it may skip 2023. So the Call of Duty that was supposed to come out in 2023 won't release until 2024. And I have an article here uh, I'm gonna read from for you guys. All right. So this is an article from GameSpot.com, and it says Call of Duty 2023 delayed to 2024, according to report. All right. And there has been an update to it. So, but I'm gonna just go ahead and read the things I got it highlighted, of course, what I thought was important. But it says here in the article, it says Bloomberg reports that Activision Blizzard will delay 2023's Call of Duty in hopes of further polishing the game, seeing as Microsoft has announced its intent to continue developing Activision franchises for competing console platforms. That could mean we'll see this new Call of Duty launch for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. The report also says that Activision Blizzard is pushing this new Call of Duty's release following a recent game failing to meet expectations. No exact game is listed, but both Vanguard and Warzone underperformed in 2021 in comparison to Black Ops Cold War and Warzone in 2020. So it's likely in reference to one of those. All right. And it says, according to the report, Treyarch will assist in developing an upcoming, yet to be announced, free to play online game. That game will reportedly launch in 2023. So, whatever this game is, will probably replace the main game franchise or the main story, whatever that comes with the campaign, the full package Call of Duty games in 2023. All right. Bloomberg also recently reported that 3 Call of Duty games are currently in the works. 2 of the games have been confirmed: Call of Duty Warzone 2, it's just a working title, and Modern Warfare 2. The third unannounced game is the one that's being delayed. It's being worked on by Treyarch. All right. So pretty much letting us know that Call of Duty Warzone 2 might be coming out here soon, or relatively a little bit after Modern Warfare 2, or they might do it right beside each other like they kind of did with Vanguard, and then like a month or so later the new updated map
Update.
and everything
Hmm.
for Warzone came out. So it'll probably be similar to that as well, because Infinity Ward is working on both of those, so it's going to be the same engine running on both games, unlike it has been the past couple years. All right. But yeah, Shane, what do you think of them, skipping a year,
Hey, about time, man. Like, about time. Please give them developers some time to work on these games, man. There's no need to crunch these games out on a yearly fashion like we're making rap albums, or you know what I mean? Like, come on, these are video games here. They're putting millions and millions of dollars into these games. Like, it takes time. It takes time. These studios are overwhelmed. They're overworked. You know what I mean? Like, they're having to meet these numbers and crunch these numbers to a point to where the games are no good. Like, the games aren't worth it. I'd rather wait an extra year and get a game that I can play all year long than for you to crunch out a game that I play for a couple months and I'm like, okay, when they coming out with the next one? You know what I mean? I mean, just for instance, I mean, just to throw it out there, I know this is kind of a a weird one, but look at Grand Theft Auto. Look how big of a run that game has had. But it's
Yes.
because of how it came out the way it was, and they kept building on it the whole time. But that game was a hit from day one till now. And when it's had over a 10-year run,
Yeah.
like that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like that, like, and I feel like Call of Duty is one of those games to where, I mean, like, what are you gonna do every year? Okay, change the story, but I mean, eventually you're just gonna start like copy and copy and pasted. Like you're just going to end up doing the same thing over and over and
I
over and
mean,
over and over
that's what
again.
they've been
Pretty
doing.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like you gotta make the game good and expand from it and give it some time to breathe. That way your customers or consumers can give you some feedback and let you know what's working, what's not working, and y'all tweak this and tweak that instead of just giving us a new thing every year, man. I'm glad, man. Like I said, I bet the developers are happy as well. So, I mean, how do you feel about it? Like, I know you probably feel the
Mhm.
same.
Nah, yeah, we've been preaching it. Tommy and I, all three of us have been preaching it pretty much. Like everyone, like everyone was relieved or very excited when they heard this news. Like they was pretty much saying like it's about time, because people were getting Call of Duty fatigue. You know what I'm saying? Like these games keep coming out every single year. Yes, they sell tremendously every single year, but there's also it's here recently it's been like at least this past generation, it wasn't like the 360 and PlayStation 3 generation, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One generation, you've had some hit or misses there, especially with the first game Ghost. People didn't really like that. I mean,
Not at
now
all.
now people appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't what people wanted. And then Black Ops 3 came out, or Advanced Warfare came out. Like I enjoyed that, but it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, and then Black Ops 3 came out and people liked that one. It was better from the two previously, but people were wanting boots on the ground. And then Call of Duty Infinite Warfare comes out and just takes everybody to space and stuff like that. And they're like, we just want boots on the ground. So then that one failed. And then they came out with World War II. And then that one was buggy and failed and did everything as well. And then after that, it was Black Ops 4, another game that like nobody, like they're like Black Ops 4, and then it did a Battlefield 2042. It was the first to do it where it didn't come with any campaign. Like people were like, we're paying $60 for just an online only game. You know what I'm saying? So people were kind of iffy about
They
that, but
tried.
it exactly, excuse me, but they then once after that game came out, they brought it back. They came full force and went ahead and released Modern Warfare 2019. Now, that's the game. I'm glad that you mentioned Grand Theft Auto, because that's the game that they should have started this delay with, coming out with the game every year, because that's the game that it brought Call of Duty back. Everybody was on it. And then Warzone dropped months after that, and they were just rolling in the dough. Everyone was loving Call of Duty again. And then what did they do? They went ahead and released Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. They came out to like people enjoyed it, but it wasn't Modern Warfare 2019. You know what I'm saying? Then they come out with Vanguard this year. People didn't like it. They liked it a lot less than they did Cold War, and then especially Modern Warfare 2019. Like they should have just let Call of Duty Modern Warfare ride, what I'm saying, for a year or two, and then come out with a game. Like it's just man, it's just all over the place, man. And I just think this is a breath of fresh air for the developers. They're able to, not just pump out Call of Duties every year. They're able to, at least have that extra year to figure out what to do next, come up with newer ideas, or actually come out with a polished game in the time that we're in with COVID-19 and things like that, hindering the development of video games. So that's how I feel about it. But yeah, definitely they needed, you see what Skyrim and GTA 5 has done. So,
Facts, man.
you know,
Facts.
but that's all I have to say about that. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic here, which is Sony buys Bungie and they want more live service games. All right. So, all right. So I got another article here for you guys. Go ahead. I got articles for days. You feel me? It's actually from the PlayStation blog.
Keep
Go
them
ahead.
covered. Keep them covered, bro.
All right. So, of course, everyone knows that it was like a week or two after Microsoft announced that they went ahead and they're trying to acquire Activision Blizzard, that PlayStation went ahead and announced that they're purchasing Bungie, or Bungie is joining PlayStation, as it reads here on the article, on the blog post. So I'll read it here. So it says, this is from PlayStation. It says, "Today I'm happy to announce Bungie will be joining the PlayStation family. First off, I want to be very clear to the community that Bungie will remain an independent and multi-platform studio and publisher. As such, we believe it makes sense for it to sit alongside the PlayStation Studios organization, and we are incredibly excited about the opportunities for synergies and collaboration between these two world-class groups. I have spent a lot of time with Pete Parsons, Jason Jones, and the Bungie management team to develop the right relationships where they will be fully backed and supported by Sony Interactive Entertainment and enabled to do what they do best: build incredible worlds that captivate millions of people." All right. And then goes on and says here, Bungie's world-class expertise in multi-platform development and live service games will help us deliver our vision of expanding PlayStation to hundreds of millions of gamers. Bungie is a great innovator and has developed incredible proprietary. Oh, y'all about to see my education level here. Proprietary tools that will help PlayStation Studios achieve new heights under Herman Hulse's leadership. All right. And I know I had more highlighted here. Oh, okay. There it is. There it is. All right. So I believe this is who's speaking here. Okay. Anyways, all right. So also they went in. This is someone from, I believe it's from Bungie. Yeah, Pete Parsons, CEO of Bungie. He goes ahead and talks about, with Sony, the potential for our universes is unlimited. Our future games will take bold steps into unexplored spaces for Bungie, continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, and will always be built on a foundation of creating meaningful, lifelong friendships and memories. We remain in charge of our destiny. Get the joke right there. We will continue to independently publish and creatively develop our games. We will continue to drive one unified Bungie community. Our games will continue to be where our community is, wherever they choose to play. All right. So that's pretty much just the highlights for me of this blog post here. So you already know, Shane, gotta throw it your way. What do you think of this acquisition move from Sony? Oh, and I just had to put it out there. They purchased them for $3.6 billion.
3.6 million.
Yes.
Okay. Sony buys Bungie. Man, wow. At first when I heard this, man, I was like, what? Did they just do this because Halo just dropped and Bungie were the original creators of Halo? And is this like a slap to Microsoft or what's really going on
that
here?
that's what I thought.
Like I was like, I really was befuddled there for a minute. Like
Like,
honestly, I was like, what? I can't believe this happened. But I mean, hey, just like Microsoft shocked this, I mean, I did plan on seeing Microsoft purchase or acquire someone themselves. So I was a little surprised to see it was Bungie, but I mean, hey, if they want more games like that, I definitely totally understand. I'm glad they went ahead and came out and said that, hey, they're independent. The games will remain multi-platform. It's up to them. I mean, go ahead and get that out and over with, so nobody has to worry or speculate or all hear all these rumors. To me, man, I mean, hey, it's a win for Sony, man. I mean, it's not really necessarily a fall for anybody else either. But I mean, Sony's trying to the way I'm looking at it is Sony's trying to build up better games and bring more better games to their console, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like I totally support it. So, and if they felt that was the right choice for them, hey, it must have something there, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I initially, when I seen this, I was like, what? I was like, yeah, Xbox is going to go ahead and make Call of Duty exclusive, and PlayStation went ahead and grabbed a phenomenal first-person shooter developer to help create first-person shooter games or first-party games for their studio or for the console itself.
Right,
That was my first instinct, and I was like, wow, what a move. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Call of Duty, Apex, and I believe Destiny, they have like the best first person shooter mechanics, or at least the
right,
ones that everybody flow with. Like it's very smooth, intuitive, everything. People love those. So for them to snatch up one while Microsoft snatched up another one, you know what I'm saying? I thought they were heading in that direction. But actually, it seems like, what was surprising was that Bungie, pretty much made they pretty much came off as like they didn't want to be bought again. They already, did that with Microsoft, and they got out. Activision never owned them, but they worked with them on Destiny and wanted to get away from that partnership. So this was kind of surprising in that way. But it seems like they just have the funding of PlayStation and the backing of PlayStation to continue creating this content. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are also saying, maybe they also are going to make movies and TV shows and things like that on the Sony side of things. So that's another thing as well. But the other part of this topic is,
good point.
I'm gonna pull this up, is that people are also like they even said in the article, like their live service expertise. You know what I'm saying? And Sony has expressed here in this article that they want more live service games. In fact,
Yes.
they want 10 new live service games to come out before the year 2026.
Ooh.
That's Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this article. It's from pushsquare.com. All right. And the article says Sony appears to be all in on plans to expand its portfolio beyond big budget single player experiences, as the Japanese company confirms it has 10 live service games in the works. They are all planned to release by March 2026. The news comes from the firm's latest earnings call, where it also touched on the recent Bungie acquisition. Supporting comments made by bosses Jim Ryan and Herman Holst, Chief Financial Officer Hiroki Totoki, definitely butchered that, spoke of how PlayStation Studios will learn from Bungie. Totoki said, "Our studios will learn from Bungie. That is a strong wish we have. The Bungie side is willing to work closely with us." Um, it also says that it's clear Destiny developer Bungie will play a large role in bringing these 10 live service titles to market in the next couple of years, but we've only heard word of a few of them. Naughty Dog has its multiplayer adaptation of The Last of Us, and the upcoming Twisted Metal reboot is expected to fit this mode. All right. And then it also says that the live service model appears to be important to Sony going forward, with Jim Ryan recently explaining how Bungie will aid the push. He quotes, "This is a strategic step towards continuing to evolve the gaming experiences that we build. Bungie's expertise in delivering a world-class service approach and long-term community and engagement is extremely compelling and will support the development of several future live services titles from PlayStation Studios," end quote. So,
Whoa.
what do you think of this? Like, I think
Man.
I actually watched a video about like live service games and stuff like that, and pretty much how Microsoft is going to, beat, I guess, Facebook to the punch on the metaverse thing. And
Right, right.
so with live service games and them investing, like gaming, because people already think that gaming is like already like a metaverse, it's just stepping stone to it.
Pretty
So
much.
But yeah, so
Pretty
but
much.
other than that, like, what do you think about Sony's plans of doing live service games? Like, do we need 10 live service games?
Whew.
Is that sufficient? You know, are they doing 10 because only 2 is going to stick? Or
I'm nervous because I mean, for one, I don't want them to oversaturate the market. Now, I like live service games, yes, but I mean, sometimes they could just be cash grabs, though. Like, like they just want your money. They just want you
yes,
to pay
sir.
for this and that and that and this and this and that and keep it going on for 10 years, Like, so I mean, but I understand Sony wants to bring that to their side. I just hope they don't do it overkill and try to make every game live service and oversaturate the industry with live service games. Because I mean, even if they do come out with 10, like you said, what maybe 2 or 3 of them are going to stick
Um,
around. Like, you think all 10 are going to be hits and then they're going to maintain uh people spending money every month like a Fortnite or something like that? No,
that's a
like,
big negative.
right. So I mean, I don't know what they could be thinking with the number 10. I mean, maybe that's just a great projection they want to try to hit or something. I have
Mhm.
no clue, but that's what worries me is the fact that they want 10. You know what I mean? That's a big number, man. Let's work on 2, 3, or 4. Get a couple hit, get 1 or 2 to hit. Work on those and maybe try to bring 1 or 2 more in. Like, but 10, like, I just afraid that it may oversaturate the market.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think this is weird as well. Like I was saying, that video that I watched, it got me just thinking, like, does Sony have plans for
but
like a metaverse or like a,
yeah, I was thinking that just hit
like,
my
you know what I'm
mind too.
saying?
That maybe they're preparing for the metaverse though type deal. Like, maybe so. Then that makes sense. Maybe
Like,
so. Especially with all the VR things going on here lately
yeah,
and
yeah, and
whatnot.
they're investing
Maybe
in
they're maybe
PlayStation
they're
VR 2.
Yeah,
You
maybe
brought that up.
so. Yes, sir. So I mean that could be possibly be part of it. So that makes sense in that sense.
Yeah. I I think so that like I just think it's weird because a lot of live services don't live on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like, it's either a hit or it's not. There's no middle ground. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Like, if there is a middle ground, like I know the biggest ones are like the free to play ones, and you know, it's only like Call of Duty, Apex, Fortnite, and then you have like, I mean, other live service games like World of Warcraft and like Final Fantasy 14, Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76, but only a handful of those have a huge, huge audience. And I don't know, I just feel like 10, you're just dabbling into too many. And I know they're not expecting Bungie to handle all 10 of them,
Of
even though
course
Bungie's
not.
huge. Bungie's huge. They could probably split teams up to do it. But I'm sure they're just lending their expertise to these lesser known
These type of
studios or
right,
whatever.
exactly. Giving them tips
So,
and pointers.
so that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I just wanted to
Very interesting though. Very
hear your
interesting.
thoughts on it. Yeah, it
Makes you wonder
definitely
what they
is. Like I said,
got up their sleeves, man. You know what I mean? So
we'll
I
probably
mean,
hear.
it could be good, it could be bad, man. Like, yeah, I mean, like I said, this year is really exciting. You know what I mean? I feel like this is like we said before, this is the year of the gamer. Like,
Yeah, yes,
it, it's
sir.
it, it's really some things gonna be happening this year. So
All
definitely
right.
excited.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up that topic and jump into our last and final topic here. All right. So the last topic we're going to go ahead and talk about is going to be the weird one. Like, I didn't even really, like, when I seen this online, I just like laughed at it and just kept scrolling or whatever. I'm not even going to read this. Like, at this point, like, the damage control is like unreal. Like, it's just getting embarrassing at the moment. But then I've seen that it was taking traction all over the internet, so we had to talk about it. But I'm gonna pull up the report here, us on IGN.com. But they're pretty much, the EA is blaming Halo and other things. But it's funny they mentioned Halo for the poor performance of Battlefield 2042. All right. So go ahead and read this here. Like I said, it's on IGN. There is an update though. They went ahead and like clarified, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it says the update here. EA has said that the report about an internal discussion regarding Battlefield 2042, which apparently cited Halo Infinite and COVID as contributing reasons for the game's failings, did not correctly reflect the tone of the meeting. So they just wanted to put that out there. But from the original story, I'm gonna go ahead and read what I have highlighted here. It says that EA has reportedly admitted that Battlefield 2042 failed to meet expectations of our players in an internal meeting and blamed the failure of the game on factors such as Halo Infinite's launch and the ongoing COVID pandemic. Chief Studios Officer Laura Miley reportedly emphasized that it's important to acknowledge when the company has its misses, including Battlefield 2042. All right. One of the factors that Miley apparently mentioned was responsible for Battlefield 2042's problems is the Frostbite engine, which had to go under a massive update. This update reportedly sucked up 18 months of development time. All new tech, it was basically a new engine, she quoted. The report quotes her saying, they went back. The Frostbite version they were on was so old that they had to go back and update. So it was basically putting the game on a new engine, she quotes. She also reportedly said, and add up all of this new innovation, all of this ambition for the new project, and then you add a global pandemic halfway into the project where the game teams had to work from home, we ended up with more new variables in development than we had ever experienced before. After the Battlefield beta last summer, players provided feedback on bugs and other areas of the game. While early impressions were positive, later mock reviews prior to launch revealed that the game had more bugs than expected. However, the report says Miley claimed the surprise launch of Halo Infinite's multiplayer was a turning point, which came a mere 4 days earlier than Battlefield 2042's release on November 19th. Compared to Halo Infinite, Battlefield 2042 wasn't as polished, so EA reportedly believes players had a more favorable view of the former. All right, just this last little bit here. The lack of features such as scoreboards and VoIP systems didn't help either. The news surrounding Battlefield 2042 hasn't been great. EA already expressed that the game didn't meet their expectations, and both its scoreboard system and Season 1 content have been delayed. Even players have signed a petition to get refunds. So if you haven't been keeping up on Battlefield 2042 because you just already knew from the jump and just didn't buy the product that they were trying to put out there to everyone, unlike me, I went ahead and believed them that it was going to be great because I love Battlefield. You know what I'm saying? I really want them to go ahead and provide us a very good Battlefield game. I believed in them, and here recently I went ahead and took off the rose-colored glasses, and I too think that this was poorly executed and they could have done better. But of course, here, right, with them trying to blame COVID, which I mean, I don't know. Like, people are still delivering games to this day, so I don't know how COVID, I'm not a developer, so I really don't know. But I don't know how COVID is really hindering some things. Like I said, I'm just not educated enough to know. So definitely if someone would let me know exactly how it is to be a developer at home versus being in an office, let me know. I would love to. And then also it's like they're going to blame Halo. Like, yeah, I could see what they were meaning. Like, Halo seemed more attractive, so people went with that, and it was free to play and yada yada yada, and it turned out to be a great game versus the buggy Battlefield 2042 that didn't live up to its promises. What do you think, Shane?
Right. First off, let me start by saying major letdown. Major
Yeah,
letdown
it
Battlefield. You
definitely
know
broke my
me,
heart.
man. We've loved Battlefield, man, like for a while now, and it was a major letdown. But after listening to that article, if some of the things they're saying are true, I understand a little bit. That doesn't mean that think it's okay. But I can see the pandemic playing a point into the matter. Them having to work around a new work from home schedule. That just brings you to a different working environment, a way of doing things, scheduling things. Then you're having to shoot files and things back and forth, and people are having to have a lot of access to things and this and that. So I can see that taking some getting used to and being able to, execute things properly. To be the first time for them to be working that way. But is that excusable? No. And as far as what was the other reason? What was
It
the
was
pandemic?
Halo.
The Halo, yeah, that's just some straight BS. Like, well, I don't know. I guess maybe on the blind release of Halo, and but as far as Halo being better and all that, they should have had Battlefield together from day one. But oh yeah, and as far as the engine switching over to the new engine, I can see that creating a lot of problems and issues. But still, there's no excuse, man. Y'all putting all these money into these games,
Yep.
millions and millions of dollars, then expecting us to pay this money for this game to invest our time into these games. Like, no, there's no excuse. You should have delayed the game. They should have knew
They
that
really should have.
all these bugs and stuff. Now I understand that they did have big dreams and big ambitions for this game. I mean, because if things would have worked the way every way it was supposed to have, the amount of players that were supposed to be able to play on the field in this game, the with the weather dynamics and all that stuff, man, like this game should have been awesome. This game should have been better than Halo.
Yep.
Sorry to say, but they just didn't hit the par, man. They just with everything they showed us and everything they promised us, they didn't hit par, and I'm really disgusted. Really, like it was a letdown. It was a high, but I'm glad they could admit to their mistakes because maybe they can work on that and fix that, and get it right next time. But they definitely got some points to prove next time. For me, they definitely gonna have to. I know you're not just gonna go out and buy the next one.
Yeah. I mean, if it's Bad Company 3, then yeah, I'm a have a leap of faith on that game too, like I did with this one. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right.
I really like the direction they were going with this game, despite a lot of people not really, liking it. But I was like, I believed in them, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, this is new, somewhat fresh for the franchise. And but they just wasn't able to execute. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like for me, I just feel like they were ignoring all those signs because I guess I don't know, man. I kind of want to say they just knew like Call of Duty was not going to perform as well this year. Like from all the just people were like, what? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's probably just some silly
That's no
nonsense.
excuse for your
But
game to have be buggy like
uh,
that.
but don't wouldn't you have learned from like Cyberpunk 2077?
Exactly.
You know
You
what I'm
would
saying? Like
think.
that's what I'm
You
like,
would
what? And I
think.
know it's not DICE putting the game out there, it's EA.
Right.
And they
Exactly.
probably trying to please their investors and yada yada yada. But now
Exactly.
you're just tarnishing a name of one of your best franchises. You know what I'm saying?
And
That's
that
just how
maybe
I feel. I'm just disappointed because I've been waiting so long for a proper Battlefield,
back to the drawing board.
and that's exactly where we're gonna have to go for real. So hopefully they're able to turn the ship around and improve the game. But man, it's crazy that they're trying to say like Halo, kind of helped with the backlash of Battlefield 2042 with
No.
it being a better game than ours. Like
No, it just outperformed your
what?
game and
Yeah,
they did a better
exactly,
job at it. That's all.
exactly. They
But did
had
you see Halo got pushed back? How much? Like
They pushed their game back.
we
The
supposed to have Halo
criticism,
last year.
yeah, no, the year
Year before
2020,
that, right? The
yeah,
year before that, like you know what I mean? Like, so I mean, they should have just known better, man. I feel like it was a major letdown.
yeah, big facts. You already know, man. Hopefully the game gets better. Like I said, I would love to see them start. And what made it worse is they delayed the season 1 content. Like there's no new map,
Right, so there's
no
nothing that
nothing. Like
you're not giving us nothing.
so what's going on? Like y'all
Right.
haven't updated or touched the game in a while. Like they even went on holiday break and everything. You know what I'm saying? Which I mean, I
No,
understand that, family, I was spending time with my family,
holiday breaks is getting being cut short.
Yeah, right. That's what
We
I'm
got
saying. Yeah,
things to
y'all got to
fix
fix this now. You
here.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Taking
but they
Christmas
just
and whatnot, but y'all have been working New Year's.
dang. But yeah, man, that's just how we feel on that situation there. Was there anything else, bruh, before we go ahead and wrap up the show?
No, man. Other than just to bring up that point about the PS5 announcing PlayStation announcing the VR
The-
the 2 headset or whatever.
oh yeah, they did. They did. Okay, yeah, we'll probably touch that on a different episode because I
Either way,
definitely
I just want to put
want to
it out
dive
there,
into it.
man.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that
Go.
like you said, that definitely explains a lot, or maybe with the 10 live service games, because if they straddle up and get that VR stuff going, and they got 10 live service games, and they bring it to the VR, I
Yeah,
I need to
I'm
purchase
gonna
one.
get it. Yeah, I'm already wanting to purchase it. You know what I'm saying?
I can see some things
But I
happening.
just got to get some more detail. All they did was say like they just showed more of the pictures in the prototype, or not
Right,
the
right, right.
prototype.
I mean, we
You know what
already
I'm
knew
saying?
another one was coming out. We just didn't know when, or
When, and we
they
still
hadn't
don't know.
really
Like, didn't
admitted
they
it.
say at the end of this year?
I don't know when actually they said it was coming, but I'm
That's
just
right.
glad that they're talking about it.
Yeah, me too. Because I really want to get
Oh,
into it.
also, I
What's
don't
up?
know if y'all talked about it on the last podcast, but about the Grand Theft Auto 6 being in the works.
Oh yeah, nah. We ain't. Yeah, we
Yeah,
got. Like I said,
boy.
I ain't get
I mean,
everything.
I just had to
We
bring
gonna
it
talk
up,
about it. No,
man.
no, no,
I
no.
just had to bring it
We
up,
definitely
man.
gonna. I told TA like because he wanted to do 2 episodes, but I was just like, hey, we're gonna get caught up and we're gonna use those. We're probably gonna throw them in a different podcast or throw them over into the next one that we're gonna try to do next week. So definitely, like I
Right,
said,
right, right, right.
I wanted to talk about all the Nintendo news that happened. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
facts.
Like just so much that happened this past month alone, and of course, business happens, and you got to take care of that business. So missed a
Right, for
couple
sure.
weeks. You know what I'm
It's all
saying?
good,
So
man.
we back at it. We're just gonna come stronger than ever. You know what I'm saying? But anything else you wanted to mention?
No, man. I just want to give a big thanks to our listeners and our viewers, man. Just to let
Yes,
y'all
sir.
know, I'm glad we're doing this video thing. And I know we've been hit and miss here and there lately, but man, this year we're definitely gonna get our things together, and we're gonna start bringing this content to y'all more frequently, more regularly, and in a more timely manner. And we're definitely taking this stuff serious, man. We definitely do this for the love of the game and for the passion, and
Yes.
that's why we're here,
Yes.
man.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, I love doing this, man. I love talking about video games. If you know me in person, you probably be like, man, I wish he'd shut up. That's all. That's all he
Is that
wants to
all you
do is
talk
talk
about?
about. Yeah. Love it, man. Love it. Love the community too, man. Like, just I could do that all day. But yeah, man. Like I said, I just want to thank the listeners, thank everyone, thanks the viewers. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. We went ahead and talked about the stacked month of February with all the games releasing and potentially seeing the game of the year game unfold right before our eyes. Um, we talked about the Call of Duty and them wanting to go ahead and continue to be multi-platform and them to skip a year, which would be the first time since I think 2005 that it'd be the first one without it being annual, come out every year. And then we also talked about Sony buying Bungie and Activision, and them wanting to make, or not Bungie and Activision. Ooh,
Ooh, they got a
ooh, I
super
know,
deal.
right? Yeah, right. Oh, they went ahead and purchased Bungie, and they want to have more live service games. And then we went ahead and finished it off with EA trying to blame Halo, for Battlefield 2042 mishaps. So definitely, man, let us know in the comments, what you think about these topics. Also go ahead and follow me on Twitter, which is at Donny Tress, DONNYTR, the number 3S. Go ahead and follow me, man. Go ahead and talk to me. All I do is talk about gaming and pop culture news and stuff like that. So definitely go ahead and come around and like I said, I don't bite. I love to talk games, and Twitter is the best way that I do it. And also don't forget to subscribe to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that like button if you really enjoyed this video. Definitely, like I said, leave a comment and hit that notification bell if you like this content and you want to be notified for more when we release more content, which content is coming, just to let you guys know. Shane, where could these guys find you at and what you be
Hey
up to?
man, if you want to get a hold of me, I've been a little inactive here lately, but that's soon about to change, man. We got to get things right this year. If you want to get in touch with me, that's at Turk Tech on Twitter. Uh, just give me a follow. Add me. Definitely, man. I'm definitely open down to discuss and talk about gaming. Like I said, man, we've been a little hit and miss here lately, but we definitely gonna get things together this year. We got a lot more amazing things coming for y'all. We definitely been talking a lot about a lot more things in the background. But make sure to like, subscribe, either on YouTube or any place you like to indulge in your favorite podcast app, whether it's Spotify, Apple, anything like that, man. We're on
Yes,
all the
sir.
platforms. So just make sure y'all let us know how we're doing, good or bad. We like all criticism, so
All
let us
criticism.
know. And at the end of the day, man, that's another one.
Yes, sir. Of course, man. So I appreciate you guys sticking to the end of this podcast and checking us out, and just taking the time out of your day to listen to us. Like he said, definitely if you already subscribed to the YouTube, or if you're just an audio listener, go ahead and subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcasting service on there as well. We just really appreciate it. It help out the channel a lot and the show a lot. So definitely, man, you already know I gotta say it's been fun and it's been real. But of course, until next time, never stop gaming.
Yeah.
Peace.